Hey y'all, sorry it took me so long. I know last week's video was in the hospital, and I told you that I would update you soon. Well, it's a week later. Sorry. However, I do know more. So the reason I was in the hospital was I got the flu, type A, and that caused hypoxic respiratory failure. Pretty much means I couldn't breathe. My lungs would not hold oxygen. And a big part of that is because I have pretty significant lung damage from living in a moldy camper for a year and a half. It's not the only reason I have lung damage, but it's the big one. So flu shots every year. I'm not a big proponent of any kind of vaccine since COVID. Highly suggest a flu shot because that sucked. So as I was being discharged, the doctor was explaining to me, kind of rudely actually, that my lungs only operate at 58%. I should know better, blah, 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 blah. He made it sound like this was going to kill me. It was terminal. There was no fixing it. My cardiologist wanted me to have a stress test while I was in the hospital. This doctor fought against it and said that should I have to have immediate surgery following the stress test, I wouldn't survive. So he just, listening to him, there was just no hope. So I called two of my girls up to tell them what I knew at the time. One of them responded with, so are you gonna die? And when? What's the timeline? That was it. No need to ask what her feelings are. The other one is, kid's got a heart of gold. She's trying so hard. She stayed up here for a couple days to help me out and give Joe a break. Calls every day. How you doing, Mom? That's very appreciated. And I hope she knows that. Also found out this week that because I chose to be a wife for the last 10 years, I do not qualify for disability. Because although I have the 40 plus credits I need to retire at 62, I need to have 20 credits in the last 10 years to qualify for any kind of disability. I do not. So, not only am I this giant burden who can't do anything, now there's not even that. So, been a pretty rough week. My daughter keeps sending me all of these adorable, strong women. We got this. We're gonna do this. You can do this. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I want to. We're not gonna get into all that. So today, I talked to my primary care doctor, who I have to say I'm really not fond of until today, when he just kept poking. How you doing? I'm fine. I don't have a choice. Have you looked into disability? Yes, I'm qualified. Are you getting enough rest? Not like I can do anything else. So, I finally broke. We talked. He explained some things that I'm not sure. How do I word that? He explained some results that probably should have waited for the specialist who ordered them. And he said that. But he said he was going to explain them anyway. So, I do have 58% lung capacity from the AGB or ABG or whatever, all the pulmonary tests I had 2 weeks before I got sick. But they are not irreversible. I will never have 100% lung capacity. But it can be better than what it is. Which is a lot different than what the hospital doctor said. I do not have a sleep apnea. That's a good thing. The home study that I did does also not show a nocturnal hypoxia, which is also a good thing. That by itself saves my CDO. So, the COPD is a little trickier. Because COPD is not reversible. What I have is not reversible, but it is repairable. It can get better. It just will never be gone. Does that make sense? I don't know. He explained it a lot better. So for now, I have to stay on oxygen. I took it off before I started this 4th attempt at this video. But I'm not going to be on oxygen for the rest of my life. As a matter of fact, by the end of the month, I should not be on oxygen. That's a very good thing. I don't know if anybody's ever been on oxygen. I never have. I didn't understand the nosebleeds involved in oxygen. I had to change my nose thing yesterday because I couldn't get the blood out of it. I got the blood out, it just stained it. It was gross. I didn't understand how exhausting it is to not have enough oxygen in your blood. Now I do. We're gonna fix it somehow. I still have to go through the cardiologist. He said that anything. Okay, let me back up. We know there's calcification because we saw it on the CAT scan. We just don't know how much of a calcification there is. So 70% or over is immediate surgery to clear them out. Anything under 70% is an option. You can do the surgery, or you can take cholesterol pills and hope that they start eating away at it, which is what we're going to do regardless. I'm not sure how much to say and not say. So, what I will say is that in all of this, true feelings came out, and it's harder than anything else. But it's okay. I tried to make myself as small as possible and out of the way and not to disrupt anyone's routine. I guess I did too good a job of it. It's okay. So, new plan is to get through the pulmonologist, figure out exactly what's going on there. Let me back up to the hospital doctor, because I said he was kind of mean when he was talking about everything. The hospital doctor didn't know that I didn't know the results of the test that I had done a week or two before. You gotta give him a little grace there. As far as I know, my pulmonologist still doesn't know that I've been told anything. So, I'm very thankful to Dr. Valencia for taking the time to listen and to answer questions, and to show me what was going on. One of the biggest questions I had were, why did my hands turn so red when I was in the hospital? And nobody seemed to care. And I kept asking, why are my hands red? What's going on with my hands? I mean, it was horrible. So the answer to that question is, when your oxygen drops, your blood oxygen levels start dropping significantly, and your body is not able to process the oxygen it is getting, the first place it's going to cut oxygen supply to are your hands and feet. So that's what was happening. If I had looked at my feet, he said he would be willing to bet that they were red, just as red. I don't remember looking at my feet. I just remember not understanding why my hands were, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, they were weird. Another doctor while I was in the hospital said, oh, that's lupus. Probably not. Another doctor said it was gluten. You should be gluten free. Whatever. It was very low blood oxygen is what it was. They're back. They're better. They don't look that way anymore. No damage done. So that's a good thing. I guess that's about all the update. I don't really know. Like I said, this is the 4th time I've tried this video. I don't know which video you're going to get. We'll see. If I forgot anything, I apologize. I will try to get better at updating. Probably not going to happen. I have a lot of things to go back and study again. Things to get ready for. Doctors to convince. And, you know, figuring out ways to be less of a burden. So that's what we're going to do. My next appointment, like I said, is on the 16th with my pulmonologist, where we will hopefully have more answers, or more clear answers. I know that before I can come off the oxygen completely, I have to be able to do a 6-minute walk with no less than 89% blood oxygen levels. So that's what we're going to work on. I don't have to be on the oxygen 24/7 right now, but I can't be off of it for more than an hour at a time until my lungs have healed some more. I don't know if I said that or not already. If I did, sorry. I can do more as I feel I can do more, as long as the oxygen is within reach. Does that make sense? I have these little tanks they gave me. I fully intend to try to go to DoorDash tonight. And I'm going to take one of them with me if we can get it to work. Because when I took it to the doctor, I couldn't get it to work. Joe couldn't get it to work. The doctor couldn't get it to work. So, we will figure that out. What we are not going to do is sit here and hope that you get spoken to today. Or whatever. Like I said, the biggest hit in all of this is who doesn't really care? And who you thought did. So just now we know. Alright, I'm taking a nap because I'm tired. Y'all have a great day. I'll update you next time I update you. Bye.